Good evening. You're watching NewsX with me, Devika Chopra. Today is day 3 in our fight for justice. Today we bring you yet another eye-opening case that made all of us extremely angry when it made headlines, but then we all forgot about it. It was a sensational case, and when you hear the details of what really happened, you will be shocked. Have a look at the case and then we talk more about it. When a young girl was kidnapped, gang raped and murdered in the national capital in December 2012, the entire nation was up in arms. We took to the streets, we protested, we demanded new laws. 5 months after India thought it had won the fight and turned a new leaf in the chapter on women's safety and security, a girl was terrorized in India's financial capital, Mumbai. Case number 3 in the NewsX Fight for Justice campaign is the Shakti Mills gang rape case, which took place in the very heart of Mumbai. A 22-year-old photojournalist was assaulted and gang raped in the deserted Shakti Mills compound in the Mahalakshmi area of South Mumbai while she was there on an assignment with a male colleague. The incident took place on the evening of 22nd August 2013. Have a look at this report from 24th August 2013, where the survivor recounts the gory details of the assault. The survivor narrates how 2 men approached her and her colleague when they reached the ruined Shakti Mills compound. They then began dragging the survivor and her colleague, as one of them suggested that they had even committed a murder at the very same place. When the girl and her colleague resisted, the men beat them up. The survivor's colleague was then tied up with a belt. They took the survivor to a corner of the Shakti Mills compound. In the same report from 24th August 2013, the survivor recounted the moment when her mother called her. She lied to her mother, saying she was okay. The report goes on to show that she was threatened with a broken beer bottle held close to her head. The men threatened to kill her if she raised an alarm. The report goes on to state that the 5 men then took turns to rape the photojournalist. They even forced her to clean the crime scene. The survivor was bleeding profusely after the incident. She and her colleague contacted their boss and her mother. She was admitted to Jasloke Hospital for treatment and later reported the incident while at the hospital. The Shakti Mills gang rape case garnered a lot of attention, which helped with the speedy investigation. As the word spread on the details of the case, another survivor came forward with eye-opening revelations. She reported that she was also gang raped at the same compound by 5 men just a month before the photojournalist was gang raped. The details of the next case were eerily similar. Have a look at this report from 4th September 2013. The survivor, a 19-year-old telephone operator, was at the compound with her friend when 3 men accosted them. They threatened and tied up the survivor's friend with a belt. The survivor in this case too was dragged to a secluded corner. 2 more men were called and the 5 accused then took turns to rape the teen. The modus operandi was exactly the same as the photojournalist's case. Have a look at this report from September 2013. It states that the telephone operator and her friend left Mumbai for Bilaspur in Chhattisgarh. The incident was not reported till 3rd September 2013 when the second survivor recorded her statement. What was revealed from this statement was even more shocking. The same report states that the 3 accused in the gang rape of the photojournalist in August 2013 were also involved in the gang rape of the 19-year-old telephone operator. The 3 accused were identified as Mohammad Salim Ansari, Vijay Mohan Jadhav and Mohammad Salim Sheikh. As per this report from 25th August 2013, the police formed 20 teams to investigate the matter, along with officers from 12 crime branch units and 16 police stations. Police initially detained 20 men and finally zeroed in on 5 accused in the case, giving their details. Mohammad Qasim Hafiz Sheikh alias Qasim Bengali, a resident of central Mumbai, was arrested at 4:15 am from Mumbai Central. Qasim's accomplice, Siraj Rahman Khan, a 24-year-old man, was arrested the night before. Third accused, Salim Ansari, a 27-year-old man, was arrested from Bharat Nagar in northwest Delhi by the crime branch on 25th August 2013. The report further states that the 2 other accused, Vinay Jadhav and the minor, were arrested earlier and sent to police custody till 30th August 2013. On 20th March 2014, 6 months 28 days after the gang rape of the photojournalist was reported, a sessions court in Mumbai pronounced the sentence for 4 of the accused for the gang rape of both the survivors. 3 accused, who were repeat offenders, Vinay Jadhav, Qasim Bengali and Salim Ansari, were awarded death penalty. 1 other accused was awarded life imprisonment. The minor in the case was being tried separately by a juvenile court. We spoke to the lawyer of the survivors. He explains how the 2 cases were tried simultaneously to determine the punishment.
See, Shakti Mill gang rape, that incident itself has not only shocked Mumbai, but it also shocked emotionally every Mumbaiker. Because the 4 boys, they raped 1 photojournalist as well as 1 telephone operator. See, words are too feeble to express as to how the atrocities were committed by these 4 young youths on 2 young ladies. I conducted this case in Mumbai Session Court and I pointed out to the judge that out of these 4, 3 persons had already committed rape on 1 victim, and I conducted that trial also, and they were sentenced to life imprisonment. On the basis of this sentence, I asked for the death penalty in another case, that is the photojournalist case, and the court has awarded the death penalty. Indeed, accused as a legal right, they challenged the death penalty in Mumbai High Court, and it is still pending.
Have a look at this report from 21st February 2019. It states that the 3 who were awarded death penalty, Vinay Jadhav, Qasim Bengali and Salim Ansari, challenged it in the Bombay High Court. The convicts argued that the death sentence violated their fundamental right to life guaranteed under Article 21. As per this report from 22nd February 2019, the 3 convicts who were awarded death sentence called the punishment savage. This report says that the counsel of the convicts argued that the death sentence awarded to them was wrong in law since there existed an enormous difference between the harm caused by them and the punishment meted out to them. As per this report, on June 4th, 2019, 5 years, 2 months, 15 days after the case culminated in the Sessions Court, a division bench of the Bombay High Court upheld the constitutional validity of IPC Section 376E, which punishes repeat offence of rape with imprisonment for the rest of life or with death penalty. The court ruled that rape is a highly reprehensible crime which demonstrates a total contempt for the personal integrity and autonomy of the victim. The court ruled that the object of the sentence is to send a strong signal to the accused persons. The court additionally ruled that the convicts lose their liberty under Article 21 to a certain extent, and the one who has committed a heinous offence of rape or has repeated it cannot be allowed to put his life before the lifelong plight of the survivor. Ever since the June 2019 Bombay High Court judgment, the 3 convicts who were awarded death penalty have not moved the Supreme Court. It has been over 6 months since the Bombay High Court pronounced its judgment. So here's what we know. On 22nd August 2013, a photojournalist was assaulted, gang raped in Mumbai's Shakti Mills compound. The first accused in the case, who was a minor, was arrested on 23rd August 2013. Vinay Jadhav and Siraj Ahmed Khan were arrested on 24th August 2013. Qasim Sheikh and Salim Ansari were the last two accused to be arrested on 25th August 2013. On 3rd September 2013, a 19-year-old telephone operator told the police that she too was gang raped on the same compound on 31st July 2013. Investigations found that 3 perpetrators were same in both the cases. On 13 September 2013, the Mumbai Crime Branch filed the charges in the matter. On 14th October 2013, the Sessions Court started the trial in the case. On 20th March 2014, the Sessions Court pronounced the 5 accused guilty on all 13 counts, including gang rape and assault. On 21st March 2014, the Sessions Court awarded life sentences to 4 of the accused in the case. On 4th April 2014, Public Prosecutor moved an application to add charges under Section 376E of the IPC. On 4th April 2014, the court awarded death penalty to the 3 repeat offenders accused in the photojournalist as well as the telephone operator's case. On 21st February 2019, the 3 men awarded death penalty moved Bombay High Court challenging the Sessions Court order. On 4th June 2019, the Bombay High Court upheld the verdict of the Sessions Court as well as the constitutional validity of IPC Section 376E. A deserted compound was used to terrorize women. 2 came out with their stories, many perhaps remained silent. The High Court's judgment has been questioned on the basis of proportionality, whether death sentence was necessary for the gang rapes of multiple women at the same compound with the same modus operandi. The wheels of justice have moved slowly. There's still a long way to go. Alright, so there you heard it. That was the Shakti Mills case which had really made headlines, and Dr. Charu Wali Khana, former member of the NCW, joins us on the broadcast. Dr. Wali Khana, when I was reading up about the case, ma'am, I came across several people arguing that, the court should not have granted death penalty, should not have awarded death penalty to the 3 accused because it was not proportional to the crime, which is a principle that is followed in law. Now, ma'am, explain to me or explain to our viewers, how is it that the same 3 people were terrorizing 2 women with the same modus operandi and the same compound, and God knows how many other women must have gone through the same plight and didn't come forward, and yet we still come back to having debates about proportionality?
See, I just want to tell you, inform your viewers, since you asked me to simplify this, when a crime is like this, a heinous crime like this is committed, there's always a talk of proportionality. And at this moment, since there's such an increase in the number of rapes, everyone feels that if there's a death penalty, it'll act as a deterrent. But it'll act as a deterrent only if that death penalty is actually the punishment is executed. You see, there's a real grey area. In fact, I would say a legality in the High Court judgment if they are upholding 376E, according to which they have given death penalty. What does that say? In a case of a repeated offense, you can give the person, the accused, a punishment of death penalty. Now, what does repeated offense mean? Repeated offense means that the first time I committed an offense, the police caught me, the courts punished me, I underwent the punishment, and I was not, I was not rehabilitated or not reformed, and I repeated that offense. But now and so therefore I am liable to undergo death penalty. But in this present case, the chance was not given to them. They held 2 of the cases were heard simultaneously, which is, I would say, a little irregular. And had the police, that's the whole issue that's coming up. Even in Nirbhaya, there was a case.
They were heard, ma'am. They were heard, ma'am, in under separate hearings. The case wasn't, but they had taken the evidence and the accounts of both the cases together.
I know, but that has to be that's what I'm saying. That it's not it's not regular. You have to convict first, give him a conviction, give him a chance for reformation, and then you give him death penalty. But the point is, that's not the point. The point is that death penalty has become a mockery and they're not executing it. If there was a case which you had discussed before also about the second physiotherapist who was burned, what did a father say? He said कि if अगर उन्हें फांसी लगेगी तो दूसरे भी डरेंगे. The point is that in no case, even Nirbhaya, which is a model case, the execution of the punishment or the judgment, so the judges can keep on giving, orders and nothing's going to happen. That's what the Janta thinks.
Okay.
That's what the mindset of the people is. We can commit crimes, kuch nahi hoga.
Okay,
So
all right.
that is what needs to be
Okay,
set right.
Right, absolutely,
They
ma'am.
need to be strict enforcement of the law.
And you've made some very relevant points, because the point of this entire exercise that we're trying to do over the course of the next few days is to start isolating the problems. We'll be studying these cases and understanding what went wrong, and we want to isolate those problems. And this is one problem that I saw, that a lot of people were against the fact that they were given death penalty because 2 cases were combined. Joyita, would you also agree with that? That what does one do when it is the same set of people who are committing the same crime with the same place through the same modus operandi? How does one then go about those sort of cases? Are they not repeat offenders?
Obviously, they are repeat offenders, and the very fact that they are talking about, there is an enormous difference between the harm caused and the punishment given. I mean, that shows the kind of mindset these people have. Death penalty, that is the only, in fact, the very fact that these people are repeat offenders, that they were let out, even if they were brought into the criminal justice system, some sort of action was sought to be taken by them. But obviously, it was not enough to deter them from committing another crime, equally heinous crime. And the very fact that, lawyers can say anything. The legalities, let's not get lost in the legalities and think of it from the point of view what a woman undergoes. The kind of suffering that a woman has to undergo, whether it's a Nirbhaya-like case or it is not a Nirbhaya-like case. The thing is that, you see, the very fact to say that this is not proportionate punishment is a mockery of human dignity, human life, women's rights. It's a mockery.
Right. No, because what I'm trying to understand is, like I posed to you as well, that when it is the same people who are involved in multiple cases, then you have firstly you have multiple cases going on simultaneously. One court will pronounce the judgment in one case, separately. Then the other court will pronounce the judgment, the verdict will come out later. Then both those judgments will be challenged in the High Court. Then separate, they'll be separately challenged in the Supreme Court. And by that logic, it'll go on for years.
Yeah, exactly.
And the death penalty, like everyone is saying, the death penalty becomes a mockery. Let me bring in Shaina NC of the BJP also into the broadcast. Shaina, what do we do then? This is one problem that we have isolated. The fact that when you find the same set of people involved in the same sort of crime, that's perhaps something that the law does not deal with in a crystal clear manner. And that's where the judge's human intelligence has intervened. And that's now being questioned by people.
So I remember the Shakti Mill compound case very, very clearly, because this girl was not only assaulted, she was also attacked. And I think it was in 2012 or 13, if I'm not mistaken, when these people who are repeat offenders chose to attack a professional, and I think that there was a big hue and cry in the city of Mumbai then. But I think it's also imperative for us to understand that every time the High Court gives a sentence or says that the prosecution can add further sections to the case, I would only hope that the prosecution is so strong from the beginning that the evidence that is being produced in a court of law says that clearly the wrongdoers are given a befitting answer, and if there is a question mark when it comes to the verdict, then there needs to be a review on the time frame too.
Okay.
It's important for us at this juncture, when we are debating, to realize the role of the police and the role of the prosecution.
Okay, all right.
I remember Ujjwal Nikamji saying that he's added sections to this particular case. why was it not done in 2013 itself, so that the case became so strong and the 5 guilty who are accused would have been punished so much time back? So if we are going to just
Absolutely,
think
that's a very fair point that you make there, Shaina.
You know, later
that later it was the public prosecutor who came in later in the case, because it's not going to be the same person. There will be one lawyer appointed for the Sessions Court. Then that lawyer, once the Session Court verdict is done, will not even pass on the files to the High Court prosecutor. These are all loopholes that exist, and these must be addressed immediately. Before I bring in Yogita Bhayana into the conversation, my colleague Urvashi has also filed a ground report from Shakti Mills in 2019. What is the situation there? Let's quickly have a look, and then we come back to have a practical conversation.
That is currently in front of you, where I am standing. Now, talking about the current state of this status of this particular whole area, this particular whole locality, then let me just tell you, this Shakti Mill lane where I am standing right now, that also connects to one of the famous Mahalakshmi station that is in South Mumbai area. This lane, currently the hustle bustle that you see, or it's a busy street that seems to be, is no more after evening hours. Yes, I'm talking about the time when there is no daylight, and during evening and night hours, there is no such hustle bustle that goes on. On left hand side, you see the Shakti Mills that is still deserted in same way, where yes, the entry inside is probably not allowed to any common man, but then there are many miscreants out there.
That some precautions have been taken, but Yogita Bhayana, now my colleague Urvashi, she's gone to the same spot, and of course she went there during the day, and she's said that there are people right now, but she's also pointed out clearly that the same, it's not that active, that area at night still. Now the same area, the same compound where 2 gang rapes have taken place, people have been awarded the death penalty because of the seriousness of the crime, and we haven't still been able to figure out how to, not make that place, how to isolate that place.
Likewise, in Delhi, if you come and see the places where Nirbhaya was abducted from and taken from, all the spots are still dark, all the spots are still the same. And if you look at the mentality of the people, flow of the people, traffic is all the same. I've been to there many, many times to study that area. Also, there are many such cases. If you really go there, nothing has been done. In all the cases where death penalty is given, I'm talking about those areas where hue and cry was made. The issue was made. It was into the limelight. We are talking about those areas. So you can imagine every day so many crimes are taking place against women. Such similar brutality,
okay.
But they.
Then Yogita,
nobody is serious about it. Authorities are not serious.
Yes. So let's try to give them some blueprint here. Now, like we've pointed out, that these are all areas, you've said pockets where such heinous crimes have already taken place. We still haven't been able to up the security. And in fact, what we do is retrospective, because we wait for something to happen. Then that tells us that, oh, okay, this was a dark spot, and we should now have security here. We should now install CCTV cameras. Yogita, the way forward, there needs to be at least some sort of exercise needs to be conducted to identify such spots. How many such deserted mills and compounds must be there? Why can't we do it? And why can't the government join in hands with the women commissions of every state and put them on that duty? Locate, identify places that are isolated, that are dark, and let's do something about it.
Yes.
At least put functional CCTV cameras,
so
lighting.
Yes. So we have solutions. So that's exactly, the solutions are available. People, those who say you can't stop rapes, this is a slap on their face, that there are repeat offences on the same spots. Nirbhaya happened. After that, before that there was a case in Dwarka, which Charu knows. There's the same spot. Last year another episode happened, similar brutalities, the girl was raped and killed. So it is happening, and please pardon me, but Delhi government, if we talk about Delhi and NCR, they very much know about it, but they just know how to do drama and dharnas. They can very much prevent it. If they really want, they can go to those spots, put CCTV. There are actions.
Okay.
See, we don't have to teach them. They know what exactly needs to be done.
But it somewhere
We
feels
all
like,
know
Yogita,
what
we
needs to be
will
done.
have to.
It's just the willpower
we have
and
to,
the
we have to
priority. The
intervene, and we
priority is
have to bring out these solutions, you know. We keep saying that everybody knows what to do, but nothing gets done.
We
and
do
ultimately
that
we'll have to.
regularly, but
we'll
we
have
do
to.
that regularly.
Okay, all right. I'm running out of time. I have
one
about.
more thing. Last mile connectivity. There is another issue. I want to.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. Last mile
There is
connectivity.
a
Yeah.
last mile connectivity issue where the girls are abducted and raped. They are not putting that in place. Yes, that's a big issue. I mean, they don't put. They are putting metro free, buses free. That will not help. Buses are already secured. There can be eve teasing and misbehavior, but rapes will not happen in a bus. Rapes will happen only in a last mile connectivity.
Okay.
Delhi government is not doing anything about the last mile
Okay.
connectivity. That's my only
All
worry,
right, all
because
right.
they give free you know,
Okay.
they want metro to be freely available.
All right,
so
all
this
right.
is-
I
these
have
are the spots they need to make things
absolutely.
very
I have
doable
completely.
things are there.
I have
doable.
unfortunately completely run out of time, and like I said, we were trying to have a practical conversation here, but some aspects that we certainly need to look at. As we were saying, we've isolated some more problems today based on the cases that have come out, and we will continue this exercise. I thank all of our panelists for joining us this evening. Thank you so much. We were very short on time, but thank you for watching.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.